So this is the big news that we want to continue to track. We are being told there is disengagement being noticed at the Galwan flashpoint. What does this mean? This means there is reduction in the number of additional Chinese troops and vehicles from about 1 kilometer that had been deployed earlier as well. This is the fourth sign possibly of the disengagement of these additional troops. They're now being restricted to the Galwan flashpoint. Let's go to the ground directly to Ladakh. My colleague Gaurav Sawant, who's been tracking all the latest. Gaurav, tell us about this first possible sign of disengagement and how significant this could be.
This could be significant if actually implemented on ground effectively by the Chinese army. They committed in the past, they did not live up to that commitment in the past, but this time we are told that the Chinese army, as per their commitment, they've reduced the number of troops at the Galwan flashpoint. Both number of troops and number of vehicles at the Galwan flashpoint, there is a reduction. The exact reduction is being verified as of now, both through unmanned aerial vehicles and also through troops on ground. But as the Chinese had committed at that Moldo border talks between General Harinder Singh on the Indian side and Major General Liu Lin on the Chinese side, that there would be a troop reduction. This is the first sign of the troop reduction at the Galwan flashpoint, according to sources. Additional vehicles and troops have moved back 1 kilometer as per the commitment. Once India verifies this, if this is verified by India that this has actually happened, then simultaneously Indian troops will also move back 1 kilometer, and those are additional troops. The basic troops will remain, and then once that is verified, gradually there will be more de-induction. Now remember that this is a three-phase process. First, you disengage. This is step one of disengagement. Then you reduce your numbers, and then ultimately you de-induct from that battle zone. So that ultimately de-induction would take some time, Pooja. But the first step, the first baby step appears to have been taken. It is still being verified by Government of India.
Well, that's an important point you're making, Gaurav, that it is not just believing the Chinese word. It is also about ensuring that that is the situation on ground as well. How should we see this in the next few days, that if this step has been taken, can we say that the situation is going to ease out from what it had been in the past few days in Ladakh?
So, one swallow does not make a summer. But this could well be a very positive sign if the Chinese actually pull back. But look at what they're also doing simultaneously. While they're talking about disengagement at Galwan, they are strengthening themselves at Pangong, so setting up additional additional replenishment bases, ADAM bases, administrative bases in that area. So all of this seems to indicate that the Chinese are in for a long haul. At the same time, they also want to keep India engaged in dialogue as they strengthen themselves in this area. This is exactly what we've seen. So from Depsang in the north to Demchok in the south, we've seen massive Chinese movement, deployment, movement forward. But in Pangong So, it remains the worst. In Galwan, it became a flashpoint where we lost 20 of our braves, including a commanding officer. The Chinese are said to have lost anything between 40 and 45, though they don't admit it in public. So because that became such a flashpoint, we are told that the two commanders decided that there should be disengagement. This could well be the first sign of disengagement if the Chinese actually follow this through. In the past, they've pulled back and come back again. So, trusting the Chinese is not going to be easy for Indians, and there is no trust anywhere left. So there will be a verification process. They move back 1 kilometer. Then we verify and move back 1 kilometer. Then their other forces move back 1 kilometer. That's the way this will be taken forward. It will be a very slow and a long drawn-out process, Pooja.
Well, that's an important point, that, not believing the Chinese word, but this could be big news of possible disengagement, even if the first kilometer to begin with. I request Gaurav Sawant and Abhishek Bhala to please stay on, because while efforts between India and China are underway to disengage in the Galwan Valley, another flashpoint area, remember, the Pangong So, is still simmering. China seems to be readying for another face-off, going for big deployment in the Pangong So area. India today now has accessed new satellite images posted by popular open source intelligence Twitter handle Detrefesa, and the satellite images reveals at least 4 new Chinese support positions between Finger 4 and Finger 6 areas believed to be in the making since 13th June. These camps can now be termed as support positions to the main Chinese military camp at Finger 4. One of these camps has also been set up with regard to south of the main camp across the river. Boats, tents, equipments are seen in these camps from high-resolution satellite images that India today has accessed. Given the time and effort invested by the PLA in setting up of these camps, the disengagement in Pangong Tso promises to be the trickiest. So I'm going to go across now to the defense editor, Abhishek Bhalla. Also, Gaurav Sawant continues to be with us from Ladakh. First to you, Abhishek, the satellite images like these that India today has been consistently bringing is a clear indication that it is important to not believe the Chinese and that there is deployment that had been done and that is now coming across from these maps.
There is a massive deployment, Pooja, and it's been increasing as far as the Pangong Tso is concerned because ever since 5th of May when this standoff started, Pangong Tso was initially the big trigger. Then it escalated and things moved to other sectors like the Galwan region. But as far as Pangong Tso is concerned, the Chinese are sitting in an area. They've set up permanent camps at Finger 4, which was always under Indian control. We've been explaining the context of the video that we played earlier, why the Chinese have been stopping Indian patrols from moving beyond Finger 4, coming to Finger 5, because India claims territory all the way up to Finger 8. Between Finger 4 and Finger 8.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.